Yo guys, what is up? A very good morning. Fabio here. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic, and today is a great day because the dollar has started to pull back finally. So who knows, some trades coming up on those dollar pairs. Furthermore, pretty interesting day yesterday. Got a GJ sell in, which ended up in some good profit, plus 40 pips. Trade was sent to the VIP community. Furthermore, just waiting for the algorithm to take a trade as per usual. And without further ado, let's just dive into this video and see what the market is doing. So at the moment, of course, the dollar index is starting to pull back from this entire region. So I'm not going to be saying that I called the top, of course, but we did mention, of course, that once we came in towards this range, the pullback could be initiating after filling up that clean move here to the left. So yeah, it is looking good at the moment for a pullback further in towards the downside. If we quickly dive in towards the lower time frame, have a look at, let's say, the 1 hour time frame, what we can then see essentially is that the 1 hour, to some extent, the structure is not really clear. So I would say let's go to the 15 minute. And looking at the 15 minute structure is, of course, very obviously bearish. Pretty nice structure in some way. Over here we had supply got taken out, then the further push came. Currently breaking structure, which is nice. So on the 15 minute time frame, we are still looking very nicely bearish. Quickly going back to the 1 hour, if the 1 hour candle is to close bearish, we could still see a push down in towards at least this region. For now, this region over here is an area of demand, so we could potentially see a reaction from that, pull back up before further push down, or we're just going to start crashing down, or of course we just start pulling back up. But like I said in yesterday's video, I'm not trying to call the top or anything on the dollar index. I'm just going to be going with the flow. And for me, it is logical that the dollar index would push down deeper into, let's say, if you look at the daily time frame, this area over here, as this is your area of daily demand over here. So yeah, as I said in yesterday's video and in Monday's video, I would love us to retest structure over here. But over here we have demand, so a push in towards that area of demand would, of course, be preferable. In the meantime, if I look at the daily, we also have some liquidity located over here. So my main two areas of liquidity are box number 1 and box number 2. And in this particular situation, I would just like to focus on that daily time frame. So I'm just going to be keeping an eye on these two boxes for a pullback before further upside continuation possibly. So yeah, let's head over to Aussie dollar. And Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, as you guys can see, currently starting to move up again. Pretty nice. Nothing really that special for me personally. If we go towards the daily, what you'll see is that the daily reacted to this liquidity wick over here. So inside of these wicks, there will always be liquidity, as you can see. So yeah, beautiful reaction from that area of liquidity. Furthermore, perfect 786 tap, and of course we are still located in demand. So two things: either we're going to start reversing mad up in towards the highs, or second of all, what we could see and what has my preference is something like this, where we form a beautiful descending wedge before seeing further upside. So yeah, that's essentially it from Aussie dollar. Nothing really that interesting at the moment for me personally, trading wise, from this pair. So yeah, that's just it, what I'm currently looking for. Let's say we do form that descending wedge, then I will be looking for some trades. So yeah, let's head to euro dollar. It is. After doing all of these sessions, sometimes I still forget which pair I'm going to be discussing. But yeah, euro dollar, beautiful, starting to initiate that pullback in towards the highs. So going in towards the daily, where is this reaction coming from? It's coming from these imbalances over, or this imbalance, excuse me, this imbalance over here, right? Let's move to the right. Yeah, so from that imbalance over there, of course we should always actually take two, but you can also just place it on the last one. So this doji candle over here, that is our area of demand, for now, located inside of this massive weekly range. So as you guys know, this weekly range is where we are starting to look for a pullback in towards the highs. If you were to adjust the weekly range to the most two recent candles, or the most recent candle, I just like doing two. There you can see perfect tapping towards demand and a perfect reaction from it. So for now, what are we expecting? Well, a push up higher is expected from my side. For now, this is going to be my area of supply number 1, where we could potentially see a reaction from. After that, this is our main area of supply, and after that we could move even higher in towards ultimate supply on the daily. Yeah, so this area is also supply on the daily, so this is pretty strong area of supply. This is also located at the 50% range of the entire impulse in towards the downside from, let's say, here to here. So yeah, this is definitely my preference to at least see euro dollar pull back in towards this zone number 2. This is zone number 1, this is zone number 3. Zone number 3 is the strongest, zone number 2 is mid, zone number 1 is very weak. So what we could potentially see is a push in towards that zone number 1, pull back, then a push higher, deeper pullback, push higher, maybe form something like this, and then see a major sell-off. But yeah, I'm not going to talk too much in future reference, but I think you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. So you could potentially go to the lower time frame and look for potential longs once we, let's say, break this area of supply. So for instance, we see this. So we have supply over here, supply gets reacted to, then over here we create demand after breaking this area of supply, pull back in towards demand, and then we can look for longs in towards that area, stronger area of supply. So yeah, that's euro dollar. Let's head over to pound dollar. And pound dollar has been doing exactly what we wanted to be honest. Yeah, I've been waiting for it to push up higher all the time. So yeah, just waiting for it to reach this area over here at 1.34 or 35,239 before looking for potential shorts back down in towards the downside. So yeah, let's head over to our next pair, which is Kiwi dollar. And Kiwi dollar, guys, beautiful. So we talked about this in yesterday's video. I did say, okay, well, I would prefer us to hit this area of demand, of course, but what we did have was a 1-2 fake out on that second low, and now we are seeing that breakout. So what we now need to see is a break of this high over here. And then yeah, 4 hour has then officially became bullish for me personally, and then we can start looking for longs upon the pullback. That's kind of the trade that I'm going to be focusing on for now. So let's see if we can break this high. For now, 4 hour is still bearish. Of course, the pattern has now played out, and the daily is also bullish, but I also want the 4 hour now to become bullish as well. So yeah, I'm going to be waiting for that 4 hour structure to become bullish. So yeah, let's head over to gold, our last pair. And gold, yeah, gold saw a nice sell-off, of course. After that, a pullback back up in towards the highs after tapping in towards this area of demand. So yeah, for now, what are we seeing? Not that much, to be honest. Yesterday I was looking for potential shorts, but as you guys can see, price action was just super choppy in towards the highs. So I just stayed out of gold like I have been doing for such a long time already. Not a big fan of it at the moment, so yeah, once again, just going to be staying out. Currently, what are we forming? Some form of consolidation / range. Yeah, it's not fantastic, right? We could still move up and just continue inside of this range. So yeah, until we break out in either direction, I'm not really going to be looking for any trades. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, as per usual, make sure to join the free Discord server. Link is in the description down below. Thanks, guys.